Hear me okay, Julia?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Are you just asking Jesus what to join on?
I saw that, just by just by joining just now, the heart is expanding, and it's very nice,
Oh,
and
good.
also yes, and also I saw that, just before we joined, I saw that also desires coming up, both the shyness and also the specialness, and the desire to be, how you say, perceived in a special way, or some kind of the desire to perform in a special way, or something like that comes up also. So I was just, handing all these small things, not small things, but I was just handing them over to Jesus, because really what I wanted to join with you about is this numbing out that happens now 3 times when I joined the light circles. And I was not tired before, so I know it's a block. Um,
So you've been hearing Jesus very clearly, Julia. What does Jesus say about it?
as I hear it, he says that there's a huge resistance to bring, how you say, awareness of the light into my mind, or into my heart. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. For all of consciousness, that plane consciousness, that's the first thing I heard, resistance. So we can just ask him, can we go deeper? Can you show us what's the simplest way and most direct way to release this?
He says by looking at it.
Okay. And how would he like us to look at it?
Admitting the pain of the separation, admitting the desire for the pain is what I feel.
Okay, Jesus, will you show us the desire for separation and the pain of separation?
It feels like a big empty space, and then there's this knot, or some, like, physically it's like here, but it feels like at,
So ask him what the underlying cause is. Can he help us with the underlying desire for the experience and how to move through it?
It's the belief or the desire for punishment and how you say revenge and punishment is what comes to mind.
And is there a desire for punishment and revenge? We can admit it.
Yes.
Jesus, we admit this is a play in consciousness to deny divinity. Can we release this for a miracle? Or does he want us to look deeper?
I'm getting unsure again, but I hear that yes, for a miracle, but also the willingness to trust and to trust that when I lay it in his hand, he will take care of it, and not to take it back again immediately.
Aww. Aww. Aww, that's so beautiful. So much love in that. Do you feel that's something that you feel willing to do? Give it to him forever? Or is there any holdback that he can show you? Feels like a little bit of holdback.
There is this
He just wants to cuddle you on his shoulder, actually.
I don't know why I don't believe that he or anyone would take care of me.
Yeah, that's beautiful to see. So you can ask him the desire for independence so you don't have to feel like anyone would take care of you. Ask him about that. I can just hear him saying, rest with me, rest with me, rest with me.
And then this desire for, feeling unworthy of
Yeah. So we can,
yes.
yeah, so we can just ask him, Jesus, will you show me the desire for the experience and unworthiness so I can release this from my holy mind?
I felt two things, and I will share them because I'm not sure, but I felt like, you know, there was a sweet laughter around it, not in a very kind way, and also like because when I asked him about it, it was like it not vanished, but it was not there, and it was like he's saying, it's a game you're playing with yourself, or it's a game you're playing with yourself. It's not.
Yes. It's so great that you're listening so well. It's so beautiful to hear you talk, Jesus. You hear him very clearly, Julia, very clearly. You can trust in that you hear him very clearly. Now, sometimes we might not want to hear him,
Yes.
but you can hear him. He's going to ask him if he's going to hold your hand through this step by step.
Yes, of course, if you let me.
Hmm.
If you let me.
Yes. He's going to show you your infinite power of being is what he's going to show you. And just like this, he's going to show you everything else is nothing. None of this has any bearing on the light of divine being. And he's going to step you through it directly because you're going to listen to him. He tells me you're going to listen to him.
He's telling you I'm going to listen?
Yes. He said you will listen. That's what he says. You will listen. He says you're called. You're just called to speak this. To speak his words, because that's how we practice actually expression of divinity. And to follow him. See, then we're very congruent with the divine expression that way. That's your calling. I hear it. You hear it too.
It's funny because then the whole mind game starts, that if it's the calling, then why am I turning away from it all the time, and why do I want to not to listen, and why do I want to? Yes,
That's just the play that he's helping us. You know, like I said, we have to just get used to, we got a brand new metal detector, like if you heard this morning's that song, he's our metal detector, and we're learning how to use it, because before we haven't turned it on and going, why am I not finding gold on the beach? Because I didn't switch it on. So this is just the way consciousness plays to deny that we can hear. So it's kind of fine tuning, but he's willing. Ask him if he's willing to show you how to hear him perfectly clearly. Perfectly, like clear as a bell.
yes. He said, I will, how you say, pass the waters for you, or something like that. There will
Oh
be
my God.
one clear path.
That's bad. I will part the waters for you. Everybody needs to hear that. Oh, 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 wow. I will part the waters for you. Hmm. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty clear. There's only one voice that could say that for sure. Hmm.
And he says, I don't know what I ask. I say, but because to hear this, I will, how you say, path. Then if I listen from the past, or go in and listen from the past, it seems like, how you say, to feel something like superior, or this something like that. And he says, I will, how you say, just I will also, I will not take care. It was not like this, but I will handle the past, or I will take the past, because it's not for me to judge it, or to compare it with what I believe from the past.
Aw. Aw. So great. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Oh my, it's so beautiful. Aw. He's so wonderful.
I will be so happy when I will join you in this laughter cave, because
That's our only function.
yes, I see. I will lay that immediately with him. The, how you say, the resistance, or the seriousness, or having to understand it, or to get it, to be able to join, or something like that.
Yeah. That's so beautiful. I tell everybody, you should see even my baby pictures were serious. It's hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
And look at, yeah, in the back of a car, it like 2 years old in the back of the car. Serious, so it's hilarious now. Yeah, when we can all laugh at it, it's so great. Like I said, I do laugh now when he tells me, and I ask him something, he tells no, I say yeah, I just laugh. Because I know he knows better, we just know he knows better. All right, Jesus. But he rejoices with us when he tells us no, and we just go with him, because it's really that Christ control. It's really it's like he told me, trust doesn't go outside of you, because there was this idea that trust is trusting another. But he said it's like, it comes back, it's here, it's trusting in what am I?
Yes, yes. And I see, I saw this codependency, for experience the light, or being present with the light. I really felt this codependency with or to others, uh, and I guess it was also very needed and very helpful. But I want to know the same truth, when I'm just me and Jesus, to connect in the same way also, when that I can trust in this oneness with him, without needing to be depending on outside. I don't know if
Well, ask him about it. Ask him to talk to you about that.
to lay down this fear of hearing him, to lay down this fear of God.
And when you place it in his hands, what happens to it?
It's like he will open the door is open, but it's like,
So have you invited him fully inside, do you feel? It's just an invitation. Hi, Kitty. Kitty.
No,
They-
no, I haven't because I'm scared. I'm scared of what will happen.
Okay, so ask him about that. Ask him what's going to happen.
Again, it comes this: we will clear the waters, and you will walk on safe ground.
Wow, that's beautiful. What a beautiful thing.
There's the desire to have it my way, to have it my way.
And what does he say about that?
Yeah, that has to go.
See how I start laughing?
That has to go. That has to go. It's willingly. You have to. You can come only by your own will.
Yeah, you're dancing out there a little bit. I can, he's going. Just let him hug you for a moment, just one, and see how that works. And then you can just walk away. See if you can walk away once he gives you one good hug. You won't want to. Hmm.
I never knew I could ask for a hug.
For what?
For a hug.
Aw, how's that working?
Mm-hmm. It just becomes peaceful.
Aw.
Thank you, Jesus, and I will learn to trust you. I will learn to trust him.
It's the only thing worth trusting, really. Everything else is just can never lead to supreme happiness. And there's just more pain if we resist it, because we're only resisting our own divinity, so it's got to hurt. And he's reminding me, there are going to be times when the I rises up and is going to not want to do it, and we got to do it anyway. Step into it anyway. If he tells you, step into it, because we'll never see who we really are as long as we're just buying into whatever that voice is saying, because we're so used to listening to it and follow that voice. And sometimes he's reminding me, we just have to say no to it.
We just have to say no to it.
Yes, it's just say no longer buy in. Because every time we buy into it, we make it stronger. The denial's stronger.
Yes.
And so it's the true use of denial, saying no to the no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so beautiful what he's teaching now, you know, that there's nothing really to afraid, and how we can hear him so clearly, and that the light, when we look as light, is the light afraid of anything? It just doesn't know what fear is. So it's pretending that the light is fearful. All fear is pretending that the light of infinite being is fearful. So all the fear is just not listening to him. Ask him. You can ask him. He'll tell you.
It's so clear that it's not, but I also feel this is where, you know, the need for vigilance is needed. I don't know. We will see how it will be guided.
Yeah,
As for my,
that feels really wise. And just let him tell you everything. Just have fireside chats with Jesus. That's it. Jesus, I need a fireside chat. You around? Pull up a rocker. What about this, Jesus? What about that? Like, that's, you know, in the jacuzzi or wherever, in the shower, or, you know, just sitting down. And I just sit down with them. Okay.
yes, and that has been opening so much up for me. I feel like I have really a new insight by joining you. It's so practical, and it's so direct, and it's so very helpful. And how you say this, before all, to join with Jesus, to join with the light. That is what I'm also hearing so clearly every time I am joining here, and it's really bringing me to a new place, if you can say it like this. And I see that I will often hand things over, but I will not allow the answer. And I'm learning that now through this session at least, and I'm bringing him more and more into this kind of communication also when I'm not here, and that's new for me. But it's really helpful to, when we are joined in session like this, also when we are more than just you and me, when we were joined more.
Yes. Yes, and it feels like more of those will come.
Yes.
Just spontaneously, it feels like, and it's so beautiful too to hear everyone speak. You know, it's just beyond the beyond.
Yes.
Like, it's so joyful, and you hear those Jesus sparks, and we can hear them when we come through, and that helps us to hear it for us. It's just magnificent what he's providing right now. It's like, go for Jesus. Okay, Jesus. All right. Yeah.
But it's beautiful. I have been in expression sessions for, I don't know, over a year, and it has been very beautiful. But to bring Jesus in and the communication with him so directly is truly like going. It feels like, how you say, moving the wall, like going directly to the source, and allowing the source to come through us. And this codependency of somebody outside is being brought back home to yourself in this way, and learning to trust it, and learning to, how you say, not to have it as a private mind, but to share it.
Yes, it's just extension. He's just teaching that we can all hear, And the
Yes.
directness, this is directness. Everything, every time we're willing, whatever situation we're in, when we're willing, we can see the totality of all that is. There's no situation that appears in consciousness in which totality cannot be recognized. Just the helpfulness is, yeah, like you're saying with this, it's really fine tuning that miracle through the communication. Like fine tuning, here's what you need to look at.
Yes.
Because all kinds of things can arise in those, it's too high up. In other words, this is pinpointing. You see, it's too much in the emotions and the guilt, and this takes you below guilt. It takes directly to the desired experience. So he can just point right inside of that. At least that's the experience here.
But when he's going to direct us to the how you say, you call it the emotional, how you say,
Underneath the emotions or desires are under there. Under every experience is the desire for the experience. So then rather staying in the experience, it's releasing the powerhouse is the desire for it.
yes. But we have to go through some of the darkness, isn't it?
No.
We don't have to feel,
No.
we don't
Ask
have
him.
to.
You can ask him now. Ask him. Is he asking you to do that?
No, but it's a strong conviction in me that we have to go through it.
Ask. That's why he's taking, but this is a new means. Remember, he said this is a new means in Jesus, a new covenant. This is a new way given by me to look directly at the denial. And denial is before the darkness. That's the powerhouse where darkness arises. So you're before it. Ask him so we can be really clear.
Help me with the question again.
So just ask him, say, do I need to have all emotional experiences or go through darkness, or can I just, you can show me underneath the darkness what's creating it so I can stop them. I can cease to miscreate. That's bringing up a lot of fear, that belief that we have to go through darkness. No.
Yes, it's
No.
yes, it's a belief. Yes, it's a strong conviction I had, and maybe it's also, you know, to, how you say, to feed the suffering.
Yes. Yes, and he's taken us below all of that. There's no requirement. Remember, he said there's no requirement this be difficult. Look, because
Wow.
if we start with infinite light, is the infinite light making a list? It's going, okay, here's what you're already light. The infinite light is not making you've got to go through darkness. You have to be willing to see the power source for the darkness. You have to see who's making that baby, who's hatching that little dinosaur egg, who's protecting it. And, you know, it doesn't mean you have to experience darkness. It means you have to see this, let him show you, let me show you what's creating it. That's all. That you're the one who's doing it, basically. And so now through the admission of the denial, there's no powerhouse left for darkness. Where's the darkness going to come from if there's no, ask him if the desire disappears. Like, that's an idea. And it all works. It's just that it's a slow boat to China.
Yes.
That's what he told me. He said, that is the slow boat to China. Directly, he says it to me.
But yes, and I saw, you know, admitting the desire, it something completely shifted, and it became, I think I heard you say in one of the video, it actually becomes fun.
Yes.
To see it, because
yes.
the guilt has removed from it.
Yes.
So you can with joy see it and hand it over, and just to have that small experience of that is really something different.
It's so joyful. We laugh here. We laugh our heads off here because we see it, you know, and then we can just laugh our heads off, and we go deep, and he takes us, and is there more and more and more, and then finally we just laugh our heads off when we can. So there is a way to go deep. Like I said, after the session, then we'll go deep on individual ones, and then you just giggle. And then it gets to the giggle point when all that energy's gone. We're yawning. It's energy.
Yes.
You just yawn it out. See,
Yes.
everybody's yawning. Like,
and
because it's
burping.
that subconscious tension. That's the way it expresses. I'm asking Jesus. That's just the way it appears in consciousness. Like nothing's wrong. See, even crying, screaming, and yelling, it's just too high up.
Yes.
It's too high up the totem pole. He's taken us
Yes.
underneath it.
Thank you, because I have been asking myself, is it because I have suppressed my emotion so much that I can't come in contact with the anger, and I need to bring that up to release it and do something with it, or the grief, or whatever, and I'm willing to meet it all, but I'm also just, you know,
well, let's just ask him so we can be clear. Because so it's not just, let's just ask him about it. He's the expert. Let's ask the expert. Beloved Jesus, he just says, go to desire. The desire for anger, the desire for an experience of fear, the desire for the experience. You can look at David's table, at his little levels of mind. Expressing emotion, it's not suppression of emotion, it's expressing the desire, it's suppression of the denial of the experience, the desire for the experience that it's wanted. So now once we say, oh, I want this,
yes,
then that's the admission. I do, oh, I want it, that, oh. And fly like an eagle.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel I feel, you know, all the contraction is released. It comes up that it's so simple, and I really did my best to do it complicated.
We all played that. We all played that instrument for a while, so now we can laugh about it.
Yes.
Just with deep gratitude that it ain't so.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, tipping us up.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you. Now I don't hear you. I don't hear you. No.
How's that?
Yes.
It's a new way given by him, and I'm grateful for it.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
It feels like a new way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I feel also very grateful because I hear you mention Muji sometimes, and Muji, he was the one who also opened my heart very, 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 very big in a retreat with him. So I'm deeply grateful for meeting him on this path also. So.
Yes. What a pure being, just inspiring. I felt so inspiring with that being. It just inspires you, and to be with beings that just inspire you to keep going. And that's the way I felt with with Muji, and a sense of humor. You know, you can see that just, it's inspiring. He's so inspiring. And we need to be with beings that where this journey feels inspiring.
Yes.
And that it can be so joyful, and that we're given for that joy together and no other purpose.
Yes.
To express divinity together, the one expressing in totality. And it can be extremely joyful, because that's our function, is joy. Two minds perceive their oneness and become glad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. I send you big hugs.
Yes, same to you. Same to you. Thank you, Kate.
Love you, Julia. So glad to join.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.